Last week, we learned about Jesus in a new way and how he was known in his absence. On the second Sunday in the season of Easter, we remember how, in the afternoon of the first Easter, two of Jesus' followers made their way slowly towards Emmaus, some 7 miles from Jerusalem. They must have been shaking their heads in wonder as they walked and talked of what had happened. The cross? The empty tomb? What did it mean? A stranger joined them. They didn't really pay attention until he asked, "What are you talking about? Are you the only one in Jerusalem who has not heard what has taken place these last 3 days? What happened? The cross? The empty tomb? There has been so much." "You are foolish and slow of heart. Listen." And he opened the scriptures to them. "Do you remember how we were trapped in Egypt and Moses led us through the water into freedom? Do you remember how we were trapped in our freedom in the desert and God gave Moses the 10 Commandments to guide us? Do you remember how we were trapped in exile and the prophet said a child would lead us and that someone would come to suffer and die so we might really be alive?" By this time, they were in the village of Emmaus. The miles had passed quickly as the stranger talked. He was about to go on when the two asked him to stay, and he did. When they sat at supper in the inn, the stranger took a piece of bread. He gave thanks to God for it and broke it. He then shared it with the two. That was when they knew who he was. But in that moment, he was gone. They sat at the table for a long time talking. Now they knew why their hearts had burned within as they walked with him on the road. They got up slowly and hurried back to Jerusalem to tell the rest that he had been made known to them in the breaking of the bread. Now I wonder what part of the story you liked best. What part of the story is about you, or what part are you in? What part of the story do you think is most important? And what part of the story do you think we could take away and still have all the story we need? Have a glorious week, my friends.